In 2022, Tesla owns 75% of every electric car sold in America. Today, 2026, that number is 45%. Tesla lost 30 percentage points of the market it built from scratch in 4 years. While Elon Musk was tweeting, buying social media platforms, and telling the world that nobody could touch his EV empire, 5 cars were quietly, methodically, one customer at a time, proving him wrong. This is not a rumor. This is not a prediction. These are the actual sales numbers from the actual American market in 2026. And the 5 vehicles on this list are the 5 reasons those numbers exist. Hyundai, the brand nobody took seriously, became the best-selling non-Tesla EV in America. Rivian went from losing money on every car it built to signing a billion-dollar robo-taxi deal with Uber. BMW built an EV that charges faster than any Tesla on Tesla's own network. A truck with no radio and no paint launched at $24,950, $18,000 below the cheapest Tesla. And GM killed its affordable EV, admitted publicly they were wrong, and brought it back at $28,995, $14,000 below the Model 3. Available today, no waiting list, at any Chevrolet dealer in America. Hit like, subscribe, ring the bell. 5 cars, 30 percentage points. All already happened. From 5th to 1st, let's go.
In 5th place, the car that started this entire collapse. 5th place, the 2026 Hyundai IONIQ 5. And the story of how it got here is the story of how Tesla's 75% became 45%. Nobody took Hyundai seriously in EVs, that was the consensus. The brand that made cheap sedans in the 1990s, the brand Americans associated with budget transportation and not much else, building an electric vehicle that could compete with Tesla? The automotive media barely covered the original IONIQ 5 launch. Elon Musk certainly wasn't losing sleep. He should have been. Because while Tesla was raising the price of the Model Y, a decision that made perfect sense on a spreadsheet and catastrophic sense in a competitive market, Hyundai was quietly building something that at the newly inflated Tesla price point looked like an extraordinary deal. The moment Tesla increased prices, the IONIQ 5 didn't change at all. The car stayed the same. The value proposition changed overnight, automatically, without Hyundai spending a dollar in marketing. The 2026 IONIQ 5 delivers up to 318 miles of range on the standard rear-wheel drive version, an 800-volt architecture that charges from 10 to 80% in 18 minutes, faster than any Tesla currently available, a genuinely distinctive design that polarizes opinion but never gets ignored. Standard NACS charging port for direct supercharger access, vehicle-to-load capability that powers appliances directly from the car, and an interior that every reviewer who has sat in one describes using the same word: spacious. In the first half of 2026, Hyundai sold over 20,000 IONIQ 5 units in the United States. That made it the best-selling electric vehicle in America that wasn't built by Tesla. Not best-selling Korean EV, not best-selling affordable EV, best-selling non-Tesla EV. Full stop. The brand nobody took seriously just took Tesla's customers, 20,000 of them in 6 months. 5th place, because 4 cars above it took even more.
4th place goes to the comeback that the automotive industry did not see coming. From a company that 12 months ago was being written off as the next cautionary tale about EV startups burning through cash without a viable product. 4th place, the 2026 Rivian R2. And the transformation is staggering. Let's go back to the embarrassment first, because it matters. Rivian was losing money on every single vehicle it manufactured. Not a small loss, a significant, documented public loss per unit that made every delivery a step closer to financial collapse. Analysts were skeptical, investors were nervous, and the automotive media was preparing the obituary. Rivian had a great story, a loyal early fan base, and a product that reviewers loved, and none of that was enough to make the math work. Then, 2 things happened simultaneously.
Rivian posted its first ever gross profit in 2025, $144 million. Not net profit, gross profit. The first proof in company history that Rivian could build a vehicle for less than it cost to sell one. And then, the R2 launched at $48,490, with something Tesla still charges thousands of dollars extra for. LiDAR, standard, included in the base price, no subscription required. That single decision reframed the entire competitive conversation. Tesla's full self-driving is an add-on. Rivian's driver assistance hardware is standard equipment. For a buyer comparing a $48,490 R2 to a similarly equipped Tesla, the question stopped being which car is better and became, why am I paying extra for something Rivian already included? And then, Rivian signed a $1.25 billion agreement with Uber for robotaxi deployment. Tesla has talked about robotaxis for years. Rivian signed a contract. Those are two completely different things, and investors, partners, and buyers notice the difference immediately. The R2 is not a better Tesla, it is a different proposition entirely. A compact SUV with genuine off-road credibility, proven adventure DNA from the R1T and R1S, a price point that finally makes Rivian accessible to mainstream buyers, and hardware that outspecifies the base Tesla offering before the negotiation even starts. Fourth place, because Rivian didn't just survive the startup graveyard, it escaped it and started taking Tesla's customers on the way out.
Third place. And this is the one that should embarrass Tesla's engineering team, because third place is a German automaker that the EV world spent 5 years dismissing as too slow, too traditional, and too committed to internal combustion to ever build a serious electric car. Third place, the 2027 BMW iX3. And the specifications end the argument before it starts. 800 volts, 434 miles of range, 10 to 80% charge in 21 minutes. That charging speed is faster than any Tesla currently available to American buyers. Not slightly faster, meaningfully, documentably, sit down and recalculate faster. The Tesla supercharger network is the best charging infrastructure in the world, and the BMW iX3 uses it via NACS port while also charging faster on that same network than the car that built the network. At $61,500, the iX3 sits $9,000 above the Tesla Model Y long range at $52,490. That price gap is real, and it matters. But here's what that $9,000 also buys: 77 more miles of range than the Model Y long range's 357 miles, a charging speed that cuts the highway stop from 25 minutes to 21 minutes, 4 minutes that compound across every road trip you take for the next decade. BMW's interior quality, material choices, and build precision that every independent review places above Tesla's current cabin standards. And a brand with 108 years of manufacturing history behind the warranty that covers it. BMW was ignored in the EV conversation for years. While Tesla was posting record deliveries and Hyundai was building momentum, BMW was being written off as a legacy brand that would never catch up. The iX3 is the response to that narrative, built with the specifications to win the argument on every metric that Tesla has used to define the premium EV segment since 2012.
Second place, and this is the vehicle that proves the most dangerous competitor Tesla faces is not a better Tesla, it is a completely different idea about what an electric vehicle should be. Second place, the 2026 Slate Truck, and the details are the entire story. No radio, no factory paint, no power windows as standard equipment. A deliberately stripped, intentionally bare, aggressively minimal electric pickup truck, built in Warsaw, Indiana by American workers starting at $24,950. That is not a typo. That is not a lease price, that is the sticker. The cheapest Tesla currently available in America starts at roughly $43,000. The Slate Truck costs $18,000 less. $18,000. That gap is not closed by features or range or technology. It is an $18,000 gap in the fundamental cost of entry into EV ownership. And for millions of American buyers who want an electric vehicle but cannot afford the cheapest Tesla, the Slate Truck is the first real answer that has ever existed. Now, consider what happened to Polestar in the same market. Polestar, a genuinely excellent EV brand with strong products, good range, and sophisticated technology, was effectively pushed out of the American market despite cutting prices by $25,000 on select models. $25,000 in cuts, still not enough. The American EV market at the affordable end is brutal, tariff-pressured, and unforgiving. The Slate Truck doesn't compete on Polestar's terms, it competes on completely different terms. Built in America, so no tariff exposure, priced below every meaningful competitor without requiring federal subsidies to get there, designed around the philosophy that the buyer customizes everything, paint, interior, accessories, so the base vehicle can stay at a price point no established automaker has reached in the EV segment.
And we arrive at the gold, the most crucial, number one. Not the most technologically advanced car on this list, the BMW iX3 wins that. Not the most disruptive on price, the Slate Truck goes lower. Not the most surprising comeback, Rivian's story is more dramatic. Number one because the Chevrolet Bolt 2027 represents something more significant than any single specification or any single sale. Number one because GM killed this car, publicly, officially. In 2023, General Motors discontinued the Chevrolet Bolt and told the world it was moving on to bigger, more expensive, more profitable electric vehicles. It was the kind of corporate decision that gets celebrated in boardrooms and remembered by nobody else. The affordable EV segment was too thin on margin, the Bolt was too cheap to fit the new strategy, and GM was done with it. Then GM looked at what was happening to Tesla's market share, and GM reversed course completely. The 2027 Chevrolet Bolt returns at $28,995. That is $14,000 less than the Tesla Model 3. $14,000. Not a promotional price, not a lease special. The sticker, the price any American walks in and pays at any Chevrolet dealer in the country. And there are Chevrolet dealers in every American city, every American suburb, and most American small towns in a way that Tesla's showroom network has never matched and probably never will. Here is the number that defines what this car actually means in the market right now. 118 days of inventory. The healthy standard for a car selling at a sustainable pace is around 60 days. The Bolt sits at 118, double. Critics call that a warning sign, and they are right that it signals the Bolt is not flying off lots. But here is what 118 days of inventory also means for the American buyers standing in a Chevrolet showroom today. You can buy one, right now, today. Any color, any trim. No waiting list, no reservation deposit, no production queue stretching 6 months into the future. The car is there. You write the check, you drive home. Tesla built waiting lists into its brand identity. The Bolt built availability. For a first-time EV buyer who's nervous about the technology and wants to drive the car before committing, that availability is not a weakness, it is the entire sales argument.
Tesla went from 75% to 45% in 4 years. Not because Tesla got worse. The Model Y is still an excellent car. The supercharger network is still the best charging infrastructure in the world. FSD is still more developed than any competitor's equivalent system. Tesla did not collapse. Tesla got competition, for the first time in its history, from products that are genuinely good enough to take customers away. The IONIQ 5 became the best-selling non-Tesla EV in America by being in the right place when Tesla raised prices. The R2 survived the startup graveyard, posted its first gross profit, and signed a billion-dollar robotaxi deal while Tesla was still announcing timelines. The BMW iX3 outcharged Tesla on Tesla's own network with specs that redefined the premium EV benchmark. The Slate Truck arrived at $24,950, built in Indiana, and made the cheapest Tesla look like a luxury purchase. And the Chevrolet Bolt came back from the dead at $28,995, $14,000 below the Model 3, available today at any dealer with no waiting list. 30 percentage points, 5 cars, 4 years. The EV war is not over. Tesla still has the brand, the network, the software lead, and a fan base that no competitor has matched for loyalty. But 75% to 45% is not a fluctuation. It is a structural shift, and structural shifts do not reverse by themselves. Drop a comment. Do you think Tesla can fight back, or is Elon's EV empire already over? Share this with every Tesla owner you know. The competition just arrived. See you in the next one.